to ZTV News, where it's state-run, but it's state fun. I'm Yvonne, your host for this horror show, both figuratively and literally. You might know me as a member of the elite intergalactic police force, the Space Foxes. Maybe you've seen me out patrolling the mean streets. Or maybe not, since I've been exiled to this fine TV program for my crimes. How fair is that? I got into a little trouble and now I'm on news duty. So yeah, a little backstory. I'm suspended from the force. A medic bot malfunctioned, the bugger got a little too mouthy, started asking me if I was up to date on all my shots. So, I retired it early. Now I'm here giving you the news. The news. Okay, so I looked at the script for today's show. You're never gonna believe this. Ready? It sucks here. It's always sucked here, and nothing good ever happens. Tune in tomorrow for the exact same report. Oh, hey, look at that. We wrapped up early and have 2 more hours to kill. Well, since no one is watching anyway, we're just gonna have to have ourselves a little fun tonight. See, today is a special day. Back on Earth, it's the calendar year of October 31st, Halloween. It was the one day we would throw common sense out the airlock, dress up like monsters, ghouls, and whatever questionable pop culture reference we could squeeze into spandex, then proceed to knock on doors demanding candy. Or else. It was absolute chaos, and somehow that was considered a wholesome family tradition. Honestly, it was glorious. So, newscast is officially over. I'm sure the powers that be will send someone to shut me down, but for now, we're celebrating with a movie. I found this old gem in Breezy's room. Tonight, we're watching a true piece of cinema history. Plan 9 from outer space. Ah yes, Plan 9. It's been called the worst movie ever made, and for good reason. But hey, maybe if you're into terrible dialogue, plot holes, and tacky visual effects, I mean, you are watching this show after all. Plan 9? This is practically high art. Roll the tape. If the broadcast abruptly ends, well, they caught on. So enjoy it while it lasts. Bye for now. So if you're just joining us, here's what we've got so far. Aliens, zombies, and plot holes so big, even the big swinging D could waltz through them with his entire criminal empire. Now, you might be thinking, this is the worst thing I've ever seen. But as they say, hold my beer. No, really, someone, please come hold my beer. My comlink device has been blowing up. Turns out the people are just loving the show, and even the chief seems to be impressed with the numbers. But like all good things, it's about to be ruined by corporate intervention. I was told I could stay on the air as long as I ran Danger Dispatch Department sanctioned propaganda. Public service announcements in each break. So, without wasting any time, here's my parole officer and Triple D's resident safety enforcer, Special T.
Thanks so much, Miss Avon.
This again, it's Yvonne. Yvonne, not Avon. Do I look like an Avon lady to you? Unless you're in desperate need of some moisturizer, pal. I'm here to protect the universe, not your pores.
You know, back in the 80s on Earth, my granny was an Avon lady. She used to get this deodorant that would roll on. And then one time, I rolled a little too hard. Cause I left the cap off and I dried it out. It got stuck to the hairs on my pits. And look, they still haven't grown back.
No, that's quite all right. I'll take your word for it. You still have a lovely head of hair on that head, don't you?
So, if you're just now learning about Halloween, and you decide you're going to trick-or-treat across the spacecraft, remember this highly important safety tip.
Always report any suspicious candy activity to your local authority. And never forget, true order can only be maintained when all decisions are centrally controlled by a single, unchallenged government body.
Oh, And by the way, watch out for the space goblins.
Okay, thank you for that specialty. Let's get back to the movie, shall we? And perhaps you can bring back some more beer, please. This might actually be from the 80s. Okay, welcome back. Are you in the spirit or what? What are we going to do after the show? You know what I was thinking? We could go down to the Boom Boom Room.
I'm sorry, I couldn't find any beer. But because we haven't had beer here for decades. Beer was banned during the Bustacati riots. So I brought you this perfect, normal, and delicious lab-grown apple food product.
Oh, very generous of you. You know, actually, this kind of reminds me of another Halloween tradition. Wobbing for apples. A disgusting pastime. Look, I'm no germaphobe, but holy jeez, what were we thinking? That is a nice layup for your next PSA. So gross.
Since we're all still learning about Halloween, and maybe you're thinking of setting up a fun little bobbing for apple game on the space crash, remember this highly important safety tip.
While submerging your face in water may seem harmless, true unity is only achieved when all personal desires are submerged beneath the will of the collective.
And seriously, use filtered water.
We'll be right back. Welcome back. We gave Specialty the rest of the night off. Turns out an apple a day can keep anyone away, if you throw it hard enough. He'll be fine. He does bruise easily. Poor guy. The only person in the galaxy who could turn an apple into multiple public service announcements. But let's be real. If you're watching Plan 9, you're probably already ignoring some safety warnings. It takes guts to be this bad and still show up. I feel a connection. If you're still with me, congratulations. You've survived both Plan 9 from outer space and 2 hours of, well, whatever this is. So, what have we really learned tonight? Bobbing for apples is gross? Plan 9 is bad? Maybe it doesn't make sense? See, maybe there's a little charm in things that don't quite make sense. After all, back on Earth, we had this whole day dedicated to chaos and absurdity. We wore ridiculous costumes, ate candy until our insides screamed, and for one night, the weirder you were, the better. Sure, it didn't make sense, but man, was it fun. So maybe that's the takeaway here. Life and movies like Plan 9 aren't always supposed to make sense. Sometimes you just go with it. Enjoy the ride. Laugh at the absurdity. And if you can do that, well, you're probably going to survive the rest of this broadcast series. And maybe even this crazy thing we call existence. Until next time, my foxy friends, remember, nothing is scarier than someone claiming they know what's best for everyone. And never trust a regime that promises free candy. Stay free, stay weird, stay independent, and always think for yourselves. Good night, Zenith, and happy Halloween! Wait, what? Are you kidding me? Roxy and Breezy want to be on the show too? I'm shut the fuck